It's what we like to call the gateway to the Air Force. And the reason why that is because every single year we transform over 35,000 ordinary people into airmen and guardians, and over 1,500 pilots who then go on to join the greatest Air Force in the history of the world. And we are so proud to represent, give them a round of applause. And we are so incredibly honored and excited to represent them with you here right now, and also to make tonight's event extra special. It's my honor to introduce to you our host for this evening, your very own mayor. Would you please help me welcome to the stage the Honorable Mayor Sarah Roberts McConnell.
I'm standing backstage with Commissioner Terry Coney, who's going to come out in a second, as an Air Force veteran who we're so proud of. But I just want to commend, I'm already in tears, with complete inspiration from this band. And I can't tell you how grateful we are that you all are here, that you protect our freedom, that you enhance our communities across this great nation. And what a wonderful way to celebrate the 250th anniversary of these United States of America. All of us to be patriots and care about our neighbors, care about our communities, and care about the security and safety of this great nation. And we can only do it next to each other, next to you and me, on our streets, in our towns, in our cities, in our states, and of course across the country. So I just want to commend this group of beautiful people from all around the country who share their time and talent to not only celebrate America, but to serve it so well. So congratulations to them. I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. And it is my honor to introduce my newest friend on our city commission, Terry Coney, who is a wonderful vet of the Air Force. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody. Wow, I'm overwhelmed to see this crowd out here. And I'm honored to be standing behind Air Force Blue. And real quick, my story, I spent 22 years in the Air Force, about 14 years in aviation on the B-52 crew and security. I was Chief Security Police, Anderson Air Force Base, Guam. And I was talking to a couple of guys in the band earlier, and they asked me about my assignments. And I said, Air Force played north-south tricks on me. My first active duty assignment was Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in North Carolina. And then they sent me to K.I. Sawyer Air Force Base in northern Michigan. Then I went back, go side. Then they sent me back to Central California, Central Valley Castle Air Force Base. Then I got out of flying and went to security. Then I went to North Dakota, Grand Forks Air Force Base in North Dakota. And then I left and went to Anderson Air Force Base, Guam, as Chief Security Police there right after Desert Storm. And I finished my career at Langley Air Force Base on Air Combat Command security staff. But I say that because, especially with the North assignments, they almost seem like outposts. But for organizations like the Air Force Band, and many Air Force vets in here probably heard of Tops in Blue. So Tops in Blue was one of the organizations that came around to the Air Force Base, especially up in the northern tier, to kind of inspire the troops, keep that morale up. And one of the purposes of this band and organization is to honor our veterans, to inspire our troops, and to connect with communities. So this band goes all the way back before there was an actual Air Force. So there was actually a band that was started at Bowling Air Force Base, part of the Army Air Corps, and they finally became the Air Force Band in 1947. And I'm sure many of you, as far as military entertainment, remember during the Vietnam era how Bob Hope traveled around, and other organizations and entertainers that came around through that Vietnam theater to keep the troops inspired. So I'm very, very, very honored to have the Air Force Band of the West in Lakeland to inspire our community tonight. So, like, for everybody to sit back and enjoy this wonderful band and go Air Force, go blue, aim high.
Yay! Woo!
Thank you so much, Larry. Madam Mayor, would you please join me on stage? As you can imagine, it takes a village to make events like this happen. And it means the world to us that you're here with us and sharing us your support. So we just want to give to you a token of our gratitude. This is our Air Force Band's career field coin. This is a military tradition, and it just means that you're part of the band, you're one of us. Thank you so much for your love and support. We really appreciate it.
San Antonio, Texas. Since the band's founding in 1941, it has honored our nation's heroes, inspired young people to serve, and connected Americans with their air and space forces at thousands of events throughout the region. The airmen of this elite unit embody the integrity, service, and excellence demonstrated by thousands of America's airmen currently serving around the world, who fly, fight, and win with air power anytime, anywhere. Now, please stand if you are able as we honor our nation.
Our nation all the way to today to again celebrate our nation's 250th birthday. So with that, you can imagine tonight you'll hear some music that you probably know and that you love. And we're also hoping that you hear some music that you'll be hearing for the very first time. But more than anything else, ladies and gentlemen, what we hope you hear tonight is the story of America being told. And sometimes you're going to even hear it being told by some familiar voices with their inspirational and timeless words. And of course, it would be completely remiss of us if we didn't take a few precious moments to also remember and honor those who have enshrined and guarded our freedoms that we so enjoy today. So we're thrilled to present to you our show this evening, which we have entitled A More Perfect Union. And as we begin the show, we challenge you to ask yourself this one question: what's next? What do the next 250 years have in store for us and our country? How will you contribute to that story? How will you contribute to the next stories, the next pages, the next chapters of the story of the United States? In other words, ladies and gentlemen, what story will you write?
The year was 1776, and the morning broke over an untamed horizon. It was a world of idealism and fresh beginnings, a pastoral land where people from all walks of life set out to write new chapters in their own storybooks. But beneath that calm, a restless energy was stirring. In the taverns of Virginia and the docks of Boston, 13 disparate colonies, divided by geography and trade, we're beginning to find a common voice. Before the first thunder of revolutionary cannons, there was the scratch of a quill. Were nothing less than treason. Those gathered were not merely drafting a letter of grievance to a king. They were engaged in the birth of an idea that a people could govern themselves. With 56 signatures, they carved a new reality. They declared that the era of subjects was over and the era of citizens had begun. It was the declaration of our independence.
we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed.
Began to move. In 1803, with a stroke of a pen, the American map was fundamentally rewritten. The Louisiana Purchase was more than a land deal. It was a leap of faith into the unknown. It doubled the size of the nation overnight, secured our economic prosperity for generations to follow through the Mississippi River, and stretched our borders into a wilderness of mythic proportions. President Jefferson looked at this vast, breathing canvas and knew it held the keys to our future. He called upon Meriwether Lewis and William Clark to penetrate the heart of the continent, and for 2 years, they cataloged the wonders and possibilities of a land that seemed to have no end. They recorded the rush of the Great Falls, the towering majesty of the Rockies, and the silent dignity of those who had called this soil home long before the age of America. Lewis and Clark, with the aid of 33 members of the United States Army and countless indigenous peoples, proof that the American dream was no longer anchored to the Atlantic. It was a journey toward the setting sun.
We're now about to penetrate a country at least 2,000 miles in width. The good or evil it had in store for us was for experiment yet to determine. Yet entertaining as I do the most confident hope of succeeding in a voyage which had formed a darling project of mine for the last 2 years, I can but esteem this moment of my departure as among the most happy of my life.
Was only the beginning. Soon, the West became more than a direction. It became a destination for the bold, the restless, and the brave. Behind the explorers came the lions, leaving behind the safety of the known world to gamble everything on a piece of dirt and a patch of open sky. And breathtaking beauty. To go west was to participate in the ultimate American challenge. To believe that out there, beyond the next ridge, lay a life of true independence. We were a people in motion, a nation expanding its soul as quickly as its borders, driven by our unshakable belief that the horizon is not a boundary, but an invitation. Was being torn apart by the very questions of liberty upon which it was founded. 4 years of civil war, brother against brother in smoke-filled valleys and blood-soaked fields. At Gettysburg, the cost of our future was tallied in the lives of the young.
The occasion is piled high with difficulty, and we must rise with the occasion. As our case is new, so we must think anew and act anew. We must disenthrall ourselves, and then we will save our country.
Abraham Lincoln, 16th President of these United States, is everlasting in the memory of his countrymen. For on the battleground at Gettysburg, this is what he said.
That from these honored dead, we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
In the beauty of holiness, he was born across the sea, with glory in his bosom that transfigures you. As he died to make men holy, let us live to make Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles float like lemon drops, way up on the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Where over the rainbow birds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow high than a white man.
We thank God for the same time for us in the war of courage, our national unity. With the clear consciousness of seeking old and precious moral values, with the clean satisfaction that comes from stern performance of duty by old and young alike.
Over the rainbow birds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow high than a white man If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't
While families saved every scrap of metal for the cause, it was a unified effort, a moment in time when every heart beat with a single purpose. We learned that when freedom is threatened, the American people do not flinch. We stand, we fight, and we prevail. This spirit of service did not end with the Second World War in 1945. It is a thread that runs through our history, from the trenches of France to the mountains of the Middle East. It is the unshakable belief that freedom, justice, and democracy are worth defending, whenever and wherever duty calls. At this time, we invite all those who have worn the uniform of the United States Armed Forces to please stand and be recognized for your service to our nation. growing suburbs. It was the dawn of the interstate highway system, and television sets became the new centerpiece of the American living room. From the introduction of the polio vaccine to the shocking new rhythms of rock and roll, life in the 1950s moved at a fast-paced clip. The jubilant nation was adjusting to its new role as a global superpower, navigating early tensions with the Soviet Union at the atomic age. By 1959, as Alaska and Hawaii became the final stars on the flag, a modernized and deeply interconnected country had laid the groundwork for the contemporary world, ready for the social shifts of the decades to come. As the country entered the 1960s, the confident stride of the post-war boom met a long overdue reckoning. The prosperity of the previous decade had not reached every neighborhood. A movement took shape not based on military might, but on the unwavering courage of ordinary people. Americans who faced fire hoses, police dogs, and systemic hatred with a philosophy of nonviolence that forced the nation to look into the mirror and confront its own contradictions.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, just like that river I've been ever since. It's been a long time, and I know change don't come. Oh, yes, I go to the movies, I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me, don't you come around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change don't come. Oh, yes.
The years of struggle culminated in the summer of 1964 with the passage of the Civil Rights Act. By opening doors to public spaces, classrooms, and workspaces that had been locked for generations, the act did more than change our laws. It began to heal our culture. While it did not erase prejudice overnight, it proved to a watching world that America has the capability to examine its flaws, listen to the voices of its people, and choose the path of progress.
Well, there have been times that I thought I couldn't last for so long, but now I think I'm able to just stay along. It's been a long time coming, but I know change don't come. Oh, yes, it will.
The Cold War had created a new kind of battlefield, one defined not by territory or trenches, but by technological supremacy. In 1961, young President Kennedy issued a bold challenge to a nation already navigating a turbulent decade: to send a human being to the moon and return them safely to Earth before the 10-year mark was out.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
In July of 1969, our massive mobilization of human ingenuity culminated on a launch pad in Florida, setting out to cement our space race victory and humanity's place among the stars. 3 American astronauts left the world behind. By planting the flag on the lunar surface, we did more than win a geopolitical race. We proved that the unyielding curiosity and determination that had once driven wagons across the prairie could carry humanity into the heavens.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
In less than 2 hours, the world changed forever. The tragedy of September 11th left a deep, permanent mark on our national consciousness, reminding us that our freedom has enemies. The grief that followed was unimaginable, filled with the weight of lost lives, broken families, and a profound collective heartbreak. Yet, out of the dust and the sorrow, something unshakable began to emerge. The true face of America was revealed not in the tragedy itself, but in our response to it.
Today our nation saw evil, the very worst of human nature, and we responded with the best of America. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve.
In the years that followed, we learned that rebuilding isn't just about brick and mortar. It is about the choice of free people make every day to lift one another up, to heal our communities, and to build a brighter, more beautiful city out of the ruins of our hardest days.
Small
From Abraham Lincoln to Maya Angelou, there runs an unbroken line, carried by extraordinary Americans like you and me as we continue to forge a more perfect union. The challenges before us are real, but our foundation remains unshakable because we are bound not by a shared ancestry, but by a shared promise.